What's going on? Just making dreams here. I just had a realization as I was viewing the Maslow's hierarchy of needs chart. So I was in a counseling session this morning and it was pretty cool. I guess I knew about this in a roundabout way, but I never really knew that there was a pyramid chart regarding it. So it just hit me here how or why I feel most people are confused or can't identify with why I want to make such drastic changes in my life. And if you can see here on this chart, it says the beginning of the pyramid, the bottom with the foundation would be psychological needs are food, water, and sleep. Then second we have safety, home, sweet home. And then third, we have love and belonging, which is achieving deeper and more meaningful relationships. And then on top of that, we have esteem. You've acquired the skills that led to honor and recognition. And then once you achieve that, the highest part of this pyramid would be self-actualization. You are living to your highest potential. Okay, so this is a fluctuating scale. This is static. This can change at any time. There has been periods of my life that I've lived all the way at the top of this and then all the way back down at the bottom. So I think where the issue lies is I was at the top of this pyramid living my best life. I had received honor and recognition for being the highest rated small engine shop in Lancaster County for multiple years running. It looked as if I was living the dream. And then I took my pyramid here and I'm essentially wanting to go back down to number 2, which is close to the bottom, and take away my safety, home sweet home, and the love and belonging, achieving deeper and more meaningful relationships. I mean, yes, that's I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to gain more of them, but if I do successfully sail the house as I am intending here and give away my safety for the unknown of the camper and the no property value that I have or place to call home. I'll have a home, but that home needs a place to reside, whether in most cases, I mean legally, in most situations, a paid for place to reside. So there's never that comfort of having my own home that, like I have now, simply pay the taxes, a mortgage if you have one, and it's always your home. These other places you can pay a bill or pay this or that, but it's not owned by you. So no matter what, if you do something that may not be in line with the owner, you could just be gone without a home. I know this, and I've done this with 2 people as a landlord at times. So it's just understanding the difference there. But I feel like for most people's mindset or their ideology, they see me at the top of this pyramid, as far as made it, or whether they know it or not, that's how they saw it. And I'm essentially dismantling the pyramid from some of its core foundation, disrupting that, to hopefully build a greater pyramid is how I'm seeing it and how I'm choosing to take my perspective on this. I may or may not succeed. That's a very real possibility. I'm aware of that. But I'm also okay with that, and that's what I feel is a strong factor in making a good decision in life, is understanding the best possible results, the most likely possible results, along with what you can imagine being the worst possible results. Understanding that, best and worst and middle can all be higher or lesser than you can imagine. But if you can imagine best, middle, and worst, and you're okay with all 3 outcomes, make that choice. Hope for the, aim for the best, understand what's likely to happen, And if for whatever reason the worst case scenario happens and you can say, I'm going to be okay with that, by all means, in my opinion, definitely take that choice. And if you're thinking of life in this manner, I feel like there's a chance you might start looking at what is seemingly a bigger hurdle or a bigger challenge. And if you break it down like that, I've come to realize that the best possible case scenario against the worst possible case scenario is most times far worth the risk. Far worth the risk. A lot of times most people, this is as simple as the worst case scenario is somebody just saying no. Asking for something, asking that girl out. Worst case scenario, she says no. You're an ugly piece of crap, creepy dude. Can you live with that? Absolutely. It's been done multiple times before I ever even thought about this. But now that I'm consciously aware and have been taught that is a possibility, that's the worst it's ever been for me. Am I okay with that sense of rejection? And if I am, do it. What's some of the better things? I've asked a girl out multiple girls out I never would have expected to attract. And the approach and the asking was right, and before you know it, I was in a relationship with multiple individuals that I never would have personally felt the confidence or the ability to connect with. And after doing it multiple times and recognizing that I do have more to offer, I've built that confidence that as long as I continue on this path, continue to grow and aim for my best self, I've already achieved some phenomenal things in life and have experienced great relationships in ways with people. There's nothing that's going to inhibit me from having just as a meaningful relationship or life as the next person, despite my struggles and the mental illnesses that I suffer with. So I just thought that was really cool. I was reflecting on the counseling session. This all boiled back to understanding the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and that whether the humans acknowledge it or even are aware, there's a basic level of needs that all humans need to be met. And then as you start building up that scale is where you see, relationships built and, homes being established and things of that nature. And generally you have to start from the foundation, like most things in life, and work your way up. And, just like in anything, you don't build a house and then take out the foundation and expect the house to stand. If you want to do that, and possibly, you would have to disassemble the house back from the highest most point back down to the foundation, do what you want to do, and then rebuild it back up. You can't simply build it and remove the foundation, not without the house falling down. So when I talk about selling my home, my safety, my security, and taking away a lot or all of the relationships essentially that are close within around me here, short of the phone interactions that I may be able to have with them, trying to branch out and seek new relationships, it sounds bizarre or off the wall for most people because of the simple fact that a lot of people don't even understand or are aware that there's a pyramid or this basic needs of life. And once you understand that, it'll then give you that power to move along any spot of that spectrum. Since it's static and you can always be in any place of it, that's fine. Just know where you're at so you understand where your focus and your mind has to be to acquire what is needed again to feel safe, secure, financially independent to where you need to be, and have everything covered and build them relationships, and then build that recognition and become your best self within self-actualization. Anyway, just kind of learning about the chart here. It's very similar to the scale of consciousness. Really like that particular thing. So if you don't know anything about that, we'll go ahead and talk about that in another video if you'd like. I don't really know if this has done anything for anyone. Feel free to comment below. If you have any questions, any input on this, like, I'm learning. I would love to hear what you have to say. And I love to talk to anyone else who has interest in learning more or wants to join me along this journey and figuring out what we can do to be our best selves and how we can share that with others. So I appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe, and I know this is going to be a long form video because it was meant to be a short, and here we are 10 minutes and 36 seconds later, and it's a long form content. So appreciate it. I'll do my best to become better at it, but hey, it is what it is. Love you guys. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.